All right, tonight, lesson 115, relative sizes of sides and angles of a triangle. Pretty simple concept, but we have to do some rational thinking here. Here's the gist of it. Is that the smallest angle is across from the smallest side of a triangle. And likewise, the biggest angle is across from the biggest side. Now we already know that the biggest side on a right triangle is the hypotenuse, and that should be kind of obvious because it's across from the biggest angle. The biggest angle in a right triangle is the 90-degree angle. All right, so let's use this information in a couple examples. So first of all, we're being asked to find the measures of the missing angles. So I'm going to start off, I'm looking at a triangle here, this right triangle. It's got a 90-degree angle, a 62-degree angle, so this third missing side must be 28 degrees for all three angles to add up to 180 degrees. Then I see that angle B here, this exterior angle, is 90 degrees. So angle ABC must also be 90 degrees because they form a linear pair. So then I can determine that ABD is 62 degrees because 62 plus 28 is 90 degrees. And lastly, now that I've got two angles of triangle ABD, I can figure out the third angle, and angle A must be 58 degrees because 58 plus 62 plus 60 is 180 degrees. So I've done part A. Now part B is to arrange these segments in order from least to greatest. So we want to take all these line segments, the three sides of triangle ABD and the three sides of triangle BCD, and put them in order of least to greatest. Well, the first place I'm going to start off here was with segment BD, because segment BD is what's going to help us sort these things out. BD is the longest side of triangle BCD. It's also the shortest side of triangle ABD. Now I know it's the longest side of triangle BCD because it's across from the right angle, the biggest angle in that triangle. And I know it's the shortest side of ABD because it's across from this 58 degree angle, and that's the smallest of the three angles in triangle ABD. So that's going to be my starting point. Now, segment BC is a little bit shorter than segment BD, and segment DC is the shortest side of triangle BCD because it's across from the smallest angle. So as far as the right triangle, this is the order of lengths. DC is the shortest, BC is the second shortest, and BD is the longest. Now BD is the smallest of the other triangle. Slightly bigger than it would be across from the 60-degree angle, and that is segment AB. And then the longest side of that triangle and the longest segment of any segment up here is segment AD because it's across from the 62-degree angle. So there the segments are listed in order. Okay, that one was kind of complicated. A lot going on there, but you can rewatch it as necessary. Example C, a little bit easier. Which angle in WXY is the smallest angle? Well, the only thing we have to do is look at the smallest side, and across from it will be the smallest angle. So since segment WX is the smallest segment, across from it is segment Y, or I'm sorry, angle Y, and that's the smallest angle. And last thing, let's use this information and we can figure out lengths of missing sides. So if we know the length of AC, right here, how could we figure out the length of WY? Okay, well, let's answer that question first. Well, since I know these are similar triangles, I've got a 40, 55, and 85 degree angles, 40, 55, and 85 degree angles. I can use a proportion to solve for it. WY if I knew AC. So that's what we're going to do. WY is 6, so I'm sorry. Well, first of all, triangle ABC is similar to triangle WXY. That little symbol right there, that squiggly mark, means similar. So now we're going to set up a proportion. AC is 6 centimeters. So let's say, and we're trying to find WY. Let's say 8 over 6 is equal to 6 over x. Do cross products. 8 times x is 8x. 6 times 6 is 36. And we'll solve that proportion. 36 divided by 8 is 4.5. So WY must be 4.5 centimeters. Okay, that's it for tonight. That's your last lesson of the year. The people in lunch detention all rejoice. Everybody rejoice. Yeah! Have a great night.